It's your boy Brother Lee. I got another video for you guys. If you want to learn how to sample on Logic Pro X, stay to the end of the video. Let's go. So first off, guys, you guys want to find that tempo for the song so we can start doing what we want to do. So let's throw that BPM counter on there. Go down to metering, BPM counter, stereo. Let's go. Let this play for like 5 to 10 seconds and find a solid tempo. You want to skip over to the drum parts because it really can't detect synths and stuff like that. It's really based off of like a percussion algorithm. So jump over to the drum section. Go ahead and copy your sample. Delete that thing. Change the tempo to 88. Then drop it back in. Alright, so now what y'all want to do is go ahead and delete all this extra space right here. Delete all of that right here so you don't have any. So if you see how there's all that time, you don't want that to be like that. So what we're going to do is go ahead and delete that. If you want to get precise, zoom in. Don't delete the sample. Make sure you don't get too much. Make sure you get it right at the beginning. Alright, so then bring the song to the beginning. Turn on your metronome and let's get that snare on the 2 and 3, or whatever it is. Let's get the snare on the grid. So let's see. It sounds like it's already pretty like much on tempo. This one's like a really easy one. Can't really hear the tempo. It's still a little bit too loud. It's a little late, so I think it's like 87.9 for the tempo. That's what the grid said. So what you want to do is drop it to 88, turn on monophonic, because sometimes it doesn't always line up and there's always like a millisecond behind. Turn on the flex tool, and then you'll have this whole little dark blue screen pop up. And then you want to get your snare to land on the grid. Like right now, the snare should be right here. So what I'm gonna do is just put this line right here, drag it over. See if that fixes it. Okay, so let's see if the rest of the song has been transformed right. Alright, I just moved the song over a little bit. Alright, let's see if this is in place. I think we in the game. We're open for business, y'all. Alright, so now that you got your sample on tempo, I only need the first little 16 bars, not even 16 bars, I just want this part right here. The I always thought that was the sickest synth sound when I was growing up. I didn't know it was a synth back then, but now I know what it is. Goddamn, shit's sexy. So So I'm gonna stop it right here. find where your sample ends at, where you want it to keep looping. It's usually like on the 5 right here, or maybe even the 9. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is chop, Command T, delete the rest of that, and you wanna fade the beginning of your sample and the ins and outs of your sample, guys. Fade the in, fade out. So then you don't get any popping sounds when the sample ends its little duration. So go over to region, go over to fade in, and fade out. So if you want to see a visual what just happened there, if you guys don't never fade like that, I'm fading in, you see that? Bow, bow, bow. You only need to do it for like 4 milliseconds, maybe even 3. Just listen to it and see if it chops in too much. And I'm gonna do 2 out. Also, you can press T and do that. You can press T and then A if you want to just use the tool like this. Press TT to get back to normal. So now my sample should be good to loop around and do what I want to do. So let's test it out. I'm gonna make another little section right here. And to do this, if you guys don't know, you click something, hold Alt, and it will copy it as you drag it somewhere. So let's set a cycle. Ooh, that's my loop right there. Command S, save that hoe. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is start chopping it up. What I'm gonna do is, usually I like to take the low end out. There's no bass in this sample, so it's gonna be like really easy, but I'm gonna just chop some of the low end out just so I could take some of the low end out. I don't want it to sound just like Chris Brown's song. And then what I'm gonna do is transpose this down like 3 octaves. Transpose. So I would take that right there and start chopping up some drums going crazy. I don't really be chopping up in Logic like that. I'm not even gonna hold y'all and like act like I would really just start cooking up in Logic. I only cook up in Logic to show you guys how to use Logic, but I really use FL. So that's all I'm gonna show you guys today. You get it? So there's 3 things you really need to do is find the tempo of the sample, get it on the grid, fade in and out of your sample so when you copy it around, it doesn't clip. After that, I'm not gonna tell you how to get super creative and what you can do with the sample. Go ahead and do what you want to the sample as far as like transpose, reverse it, halftime it, throw chorus on it, just get creative. And if you guys wanna see more videos like this, more Logic tutorials, more FL tips, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.